Yeah.
Hi guys, Kevin Rector here, and I'm here with Kathleen Zuelch, who is well known for voicing Tex in Red vs. Blue, the awesome machinima series created by Rooster Teeth Productions. Kathleen, how are you doing this weekend?
I am having a blast. This is a great convention this year. Huge. Just huge.
Nice, nice. So I want to dive into the whole Red vs. Blue. It's been 13 years since Red vs. Blue came to being. Did you ever figure it would ever come this far?
No, not in a million years. It's funny. I remember the first day when I talked to Bernie and decided that I was going to do the voice of Tex. I mean, I remember him saying, "What do you want?" I said, "I don't want anything. I just want to do it for fun. We're just doing it for fun." We all thought we were just doing it for fun. So this is absolutely phenomenal.
Nice, nice. So for the character of Tex, did you just figure, you just wanted to be a badass, so you just portrayed her as a badass, or did you just kind of, how did you want to go about making this character for Tex?
I was a huge fan of Trinity from Matrix, and then also Laura Croft. And so it was kind of like in my head, I had this mashup of the two of those characters because they were so badass. But so it was always she was always gonna be the strong one, and because she wasn't really that funny unless she was really dry. You know what I mean? So, right. But yeah, it was from the get-go. She was the strong woman character.
All right, so how does it feel to be probably the strongest character in the show that can basically take on the entire cast of Red vs. Blue, which are mostly guys even? Yeah. It must feel very empowering, but also it makes you feel kind of like a queen in a way, I guess.
Yes, I like that. Queen, I will take that. And there was a time I probably could have beat all the guys in real life too. But those, I try to be nice to them now. But I loved it. I always, when it was small, it was fun because I always felt like the little sister, even though I was older than them, you know what I mean, with their brothers all around that would take care of you. So I always enjoyed it.
Nice. So, okay, obviously this is a question I always have to ask people of the cast of Red vs. Blue. What is your favorite moment in that show?
Well, season 8, episode 10 is kind of hands down my favorite when she beats everybody up. That's phenomenal. But there was one line that I really liked, and I don't know why. I think it was because it was kind of Laura Croftish, but she comes up and she says, "Buenos dias, cockbites. I'm back." So I was like, oh, I kind of like that. So yeah, I think the moments where she returned after being blown up or whatever, and people were surprised, favorites.
Nice. So, obviously, when the beginning of the show, it was a bit more comedy-driven. Now it's more kind of a little bit mixture of drama and seriousness. How do you feel about that from the beginning of the show to where it is currently at right now?
Well, I'm glad that there's growth and that it's changed. I guess, I'm sure that that's a good thing, and all the fans really enjoy that. I guess I'm probably more of a fan of all the slapsticky stuff from a long time ago, but and when cartoons, people could come back from the dead and all that kind of stuff. So, but I think that it's evolved, it's maturing, and that's what the audience is maturing and wanting. So I think it's good.
Nice. And I think you're still a part of it, the Red vs. Blue series, as more of a producer nowadays. And are there any plans of bringing Tex back into the fold anytime in the future?
It's funny. I always say that to the guys that they should bring her back because people love her. And so far, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things. I don't want any spoilers, but season 13, there might have been something in there. But you never know. But I think they're pretty bent on staying the course with the serious stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe she'll be teleported through somehow. But I would love it. I think the fans would love it. So we'll see.
All right. And obviously this weekend must be insane for you. This is the 5th RTX to happen overall, and it must be insane, especially now that there are 3 locations here this year. Yeah. What has been your favorite experience this weekend by far?
I have to tell you, I just did my panel, and I was nervous to do this panel. The last couple of years, I've done it on producing, and I've done it on the shows, the movies that I've worked on, and voice acting. This year, I did on life and shared my experiences in obstacles growing up and getting to where I am. And I had so many people that it touched their lives, they came up to me afterwards. And so for me, it was phenomenal. It's the best feeling ever to actually share, be vulnerable, and have them respect it, and really, happy that I did that because a lot of them could relate in their own lives. So that's been the best.
All right. Like, out of curiosity, now this is going to be an obvious question for me to ask. Your hand, did you work on, did something happen to your hand? Like, did you work on a project for it?
Well,
did any stunt work or
you know
anything?
what I did? It's funny. I do artwork. I do this artwork, and I take bottle caps, and I make mosaic things out of beer bottles, right? So I hammer it down, and then I cut it. Well, I for a year, I did that, and I tore the ligament off the bone. So on Tuesday, I'm actually having surgery to reattach the ligament. So it's been really painful. Yeah, I haven't been able to use it for like 2 months. It's just, there's no, yeah, it hurts. It hurts like a mother.
Well, I definitely wish you luck in the surgery, and I cannot imagine the pain you must be feeling right now. Aside from that, is there any message you want to instill to people that are wanting to get into acting or producing or just basically just living the life that you kind of live right now?
Sure. You know, I always tell people, go and do internships or do work for free sometimes. You know what I mean? That's how I started. I worked for like $10 an hour in my first job just to get in, and that way you start getting to know people, doors starting to open up, and never be afraid. You know, don't say no to things. Say yes to things, and always have a game plan. That's my big thing. I have a game plan. I always have like a 5-year plan for myself, and it helps because when the doors open, you walk through them. It just continues to bring you good fortune. So just go after it.
Awesome. Well, Kathleen, thank you so much for taking the time to interview. I'm being very gentle. Aside from that, guys, feel free to check out me and Kathleen's social networks along with the Notash's social networks in the description box below. And feel free to subscribe, like, and check us out. And don't forget to check out these other cool exclusive interviews that you should click around us. Aside from that, this is Kevin, the director, and Kathleen Zuelch from Red vs. Blue and Rooster Teeth Productions signing out. Peace out, y'all.